What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only, Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,600 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of that would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. And yes, we are well into spring and summer's just around the corner. And happy Earth Day, everyone. Yes, today is April the 22nd and it is officially Earth Day. So what better way to ring in Earth Day than with an amazing green brand? And so today I've got with me founder and CEO of GreenChoice, the wonderful Galen. Hey, Galen.
Hey, Ash. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you doing on that end?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here. Talk Earth Day, sustainability, health, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. All right. So, Galen, for people that are not familiar, what is Earth Day?
Geez, well, I think you put me on the spot here. I mean, I've got no formal definition for you, but what I would say is Earth Day is a day where we I think we recognize the interconnectedness between our lives and the larger planet, our impact on the environment, and maybe the decisions and opportunities that we have to make in terms of guiding this planet forward and leaving it for future generations in a way that we can feel proud of.
Absolutely. I couldn't see. That was a perfect answer, Galen. I love it. Oh, that was perfect. No, so Galen, where did the idea for GreenChoice actually come from?
Yeah, it came in the grocery store. So, I mean, I should maybe start by saying GreenChoice is an online marketplace and content platform for healthy, conscious grocery shopping. It's our mission to make it easy, fun, and affordable to, find products that are good for you and good for the planet.
Right.
So it started a couple of years back. I was a grad student grocery shopping for the first time and really struggling to try and figure out what was actually healthy for me. Right. The average grocery store has 30,000 food products, and you go online and there's only more options.
Yeah.
And we live in a world where health washing, greenwashing, is abundant, and it's really hard to know. Is this company being truthful and transparent, or is this smoke and mirrors? Are they making these claims to deceive me? And I think if any of us could picture ourselves, in the nutrition bar, snack bar, aisle, or the egg section, and think about all those claims and all those labels, and they all are advertising themselves as healthy, and where do you even start? And you only got so much time, and I think that was really the genesis for GreenChoice, was to say if I had all the time in the world and all the patience in the world, I could maybe figure this all out. But when I do my research, I've only got so much time, and every answer is bringing up new questions for me, and so we really set out to simplify that world, to filter out all the noise. If you got food allergies, if you have dietary restrictions or particular dietary preferences, to filter out anything that conflicts with those preferences. And then two, shine a light on the best options for you based on your personal health goals and values.
Gotcha. So after you came up with this amazing, phenomenal, just groundbreaking idea, what was your next step?
Yeah, this is a good question. I mean, I'm kind of stubborn, so for me it started with proving to myself and to other people that we could get the data to actually be able to evaluate and rate products across these dimensions of health and sustainability. And so for us, maybe I should again qualify a little bit what GreenChoice actually looks like. Is that cool, Ash?
Yeah, no, definitely. Jump into it.
To be able to answer this. So I think, so the way GreenChoice works is you can basically search health and climate ratings for over 300,000 food and beverage products. You could filter those products by 90-plus dietary preferences. And then you can shop a selection of about 3,000 pantry staples and snacks that are sold by different popular online retailers. And then after you place your order, we offset the carbon footprint and plastic footprint of your order. So that to give you a sense, like for us, we first had to go out and actually do the research and figure out, could we get enough data to be able to evaluate the health impacts, the environmental impacts of these products, and not just a couple, but like thousands, right? Oh, wow. And so for me, it started, it started really small, right? It started, you got to take a step, right? And you can't let perfection be an enemy of good. Right. So for us, we just said, can we rate eggs? I was personally really frustrated by all of these labels around, cage-free, free-range, organic, pasture-raised. What the hell does any of this mean, right? And you learn free-range doesn't mean the chickens are ranging free, and I'm like, well, that seems off, and it was raising all these questions. So we started there. We would go into the grocery store. I literally, myself and a friend of mine, and then an intern, would take photos of all the egg packages, all sides of the package. We then enter that into a spreadsheet. And then we went out and basically found databases, publicly available data, on claims, and did research on the guidelines and regulations around claims that these brands can make, and all the certifications that they could have, and what those certification standards were. And, we just kind of started building little by little this database, all focused on evaluating eggs, their nutritional profile, their animal welfare profile, right? And that's where we began. And I was literally known as Eggman by a couple people because I had this site that was just for eggs, Yeah. And in hindsight, it sounds ridiculous, but that's how we actually proved that we could get the data we needed to be able to provide really meaningful guidance if you want to, shop your values and make healthier choices within a specific category of the grocery store. And then from there, I brought in, now I had some proof of concept, and I was able to convince some people to, put, some friends, families, and fools, they say, to put a little bit of money in, and started really small. And my co-founder joined around that time, who was a data scientist, and we started to scale it. And so it's gone from there to, it's been a long journey. Yeah. It's not been a straight path, but that's how we began.
Absolutely. Well, that's huge, because the average person is, like you said, the average working person, regardless, beyond or pre-pandemic, I should say, is not going to have time to do that type of research on their food and figuring things out. And I'm even doing that more and more now, even when I'm doing like delivery services with my groceries and stuff, it takes a lot, because now I'm sustainably like looking to see, okay, what is working, what's not working, what's good, what's not good for us. And you're looking at ingredients and things way more. So today being Earth Day, Galen, what can you tell our audience about this amazing launch that you guys are starting today?
Yeah, well, before I do that, if I may, I want to add one note on the importance of Earth Day. I think, Earth Day, and today is an important day, right? It gives us an opportunity to think about, what are the things that we're doing that has a positive impact in the world? Maybe what are the things that we're doing that maybe doesn't have a great impact in the world, and how can we change, right? But, Earth Day in reality, it's one day, right? And it's a great point of conversation, but Earth Day needs to be every day, right?
Yes.
Just like Black History Month needs to be every month. Right. I think this is it's great, but the conversation needs to extend beyond today. And so the hope that I have is by you, by you having me on and us getting to have this conversation, we inspire some of your listeners to start thinking about their role, right, and how they can engage in kind of making small changes day to day, right, that is going to help the planet and help them feel good about their place in it.
Absolutely.
So, food is a huge piece of the puzzle here, and I think I think it's important to note, right, food is at the center of basically, some of the biggest issues that we face as a society, as humankind, right? 70% of the U.S. is overweight, right? 7 of the top 10 causes of death, right? 7 of the top 10 causes of death is tied to lifestyle. It's tied to diet, right? I mean, we look at the highest risk individuals for COVID, right? And it's tied to people with chronic illness, right? And chronic illness is attributable to lifestyle and tied to diet, right? And those issues are not affecting everybody in the U.S. equally, right? No. So there is a huge segment of the population that is, getting hit far worse by these types of diseases. And it's because you don't have access to healthy food, or you don't have access to the information needed to make healthy choices, right? Yeah. And then you look at, speaking of Earth Day, you look at climate, right? 20% of greenhouse gas emissions are tied to the food system, right? Which is the leading, greenhouse gas emissions, the leading driver of climate change. 75% of deforestation is tied to agriculture, right? So, it's arguably, food is basically, arguably, the kind of the root cause, right? How we eat is arguably the biggest factor behind kind of global public health, right? And health equity. Also, arguably, the biggest factor behind climate change. And if those two things are true, you could say very well that it's like one of the most important economic issues of our time. And how does this really factor into us on a day-to-day, right? Like, just, you got to work, you got to pay the bills, you got only so much time, like you said, right? Like, how does this factor in? Well, we get to vote 3 times a day. If we snack, maybe we get to vote 5 to 7 times a day. And those little votes add up. They really add up. And I think we've seen, right? Like, we can't necessarily count on government to make decisions in our best interest, So where can we play our role? And we can certainly put our money towards things that we believe in and avoid funding, companies that quite frankly don't care about us, right? So, I think that said, I'm super excited about what we're launching today. So we're launching basically the marketplace piece of GreenChoice. So that piece where I said you could actually shop about 3,000 products right through GreenChoice. Specifically, the first stores on GreenChoice is going to be Walmart, Target, and Walgreens. And you can they'll ship anywhere in the U.S. And you've got our climate and nutrition ratings accompanying every product. And so that will get rolled out, or that is rolled out. And the second piece is we're launching a membership to support our community members that want to go beyond that and get access to our full database of 300,000 plus food products. So regardless of where you're shopping, you can look up products and get our Green Score ratings and see those insights. And there's a few tiers of the membership, but I'll pause there.
Gotcha. Okay, so ultimately, what are you hoping that people get from actual GreenChoice? Like, what is your main goal for, this big rollout? There's going to be all kinds of goodies and things happening in the next couple of days. I know that you guys are kind of launching things kind of, simultaneously, and some things are going to be kind of spaced out. So what is it that you want, guests or people that check out the actual product to get from it?
Yeah, so I think, the hope is that you feel like you have the guidance that you need to start making healthier choices, right? Gotcha. And I think context is everything, right? And for us, we want to meet you where you're at, right? So I'm sure some of your listeners started hearing me talking, like, oh, this is not for me. Like, I got bigger issues than climate change. And like, this is not for me, right? So I feel that. I totally feel that. I think, if that piece of the puzzle isn't for you, that's totally cool. But I imagine that you might be thinking about, I guess the message I'd say is you might be thinking about, I want to feel healthy, or maybe you're feeding your kids and I want my kids to be eating healthy things. Or my kid's got a food allergy and I don't even know what to feed them. So, I think when you step into the GreenChoice experience, right, like, first thing that you're going to be able to do is build a profile. And you can actually input, if you're following a diet, You could input your diet. You could input any food allergies or food sensitivities you or anyone in your family might have. Mm-hmm. And then you could weight these values categories. And so if you don't really care about the environment, it's a judgment-free zone. Right. Hopefully that will shift with this conversation and with using GreenChoice. But, you can weight nutrition, or say I want a minimally processed diet. You can weight that stuff higher. And then we take all those preferences and factor it into how we curate the experience and recommend products to you. So if you go to, say your Frosted Flakes, right? Right. And we'll show you, one, you'll be able to see that rating, see a breakdown, see if it contains any harmful additives, et cetera. But two, we'll show you better alternatives that align with your dietary preferences and values, right? And so we'll always be kind of nudging you and helping you find the best options within your budget.
I love it. Galen, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
And, my pleasure, Ash. I appreciate you having me on.
Not a problem. Let everyone know, of course, where they can go to check out GreenChoice and, of course, to follow you guys on social media.
Yeah, for sure. So you can find us at greenchoice.market. So www.greenchoice, one word, .market. And we are on social at GreenChoice PBC. Everywhere. You can find us everywhere. But TikTok is the most fun.
Ooh, fun stuff. TikTok. I'm on there now, Galen. I've been trying to keep up with the youngins.
Cool.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, there's some good stuff on there. I mean, there's a lot of garbage, you find garbage everywhere, though. So there's definitely some good stuff. But yeah, GreenChoice PBC on all channels.
Loving that. Appreciate you so much. Much more success, Galen. Shout out to you and the whole team for this huge launch. It's going to be amazing. It's amazing this whole weekend. You guys keep checking out the website. Go and check it. Go support. Go follow. All that good stuff. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.